Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to take a look over another Transformers Legacy Evolution for you guys, and this time I'm going to take a look over is the other Toxitron collection that I have here with me. Finally, I got some Deluxes. Only one at the moment, but I am trying to get the rest of them, so yeah. So the one I'm going to take a look over is this right here, the Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class G2 Universe Jazz. This is, like I said, this is part of the Toxitron collection. Now, before we continue on, you guys do me a little bit of quick favor, so I'll be right back. Hey you! Stop what you're doing! Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and enjoy your day. So, I ordered this figure on Amazon, and it came today, which is... I ordered it yesterday, and Adonis told me I had to wait until 2 or 3 days later, and now it came today. I was pretty shocked about it, then yeah. So here's what the front of the package is going to look like. It is a little bit beaten up just for a bit because you can see the bottom right down here. But you can see the artwork of G2 Jazz and its vehicle mode. Side of the vehicle mode right here, looking pretty good. Nothing at the top, nothing at the bottom. You can see they have the poster of the Legacy poster right there. And here's the back of the packaging showing off 20 steps. And then at the bio has a symbol of with the Autobot logo on it. So that's actually pretty cool. So yeah. Let's bring down the tripod legs for it so it can show off the weapons it comes with and the vehicle mode. So right off the bat, this comes with his blaster right there. This is molded in red and painted in silver. Pretty cool. His rocket launcher right here with the tip on it. Pretty nice. I don't know if the tip is removable or not, but probably not. And another blaster right here. So that is actually pretty cool. And here is Jazz in his vehicle mode. Now, this figure is just a straight repaint, and I was going to say a slight redeco of the 86 Jazz that we have years ago, and now that mold is back again in a reissue for the A-list 3D series figures. I already got the original one instead of the A-list version, so I know some of you guys are going to say, well, you're an idiot, just wasting the money. Hey, this is my channel, I can do what I want, so back off. The paint and sculpted detail on Jazz looks amazing. The orange fade to the red looks great on it. And this is actually a good looking vehicle mode that Hasbro did. And this is the first time holding this Jazz mold right there. Now, issues with this figure have. Well, the tire rims are kind of a bit off. Mostly in the back right here. And of course you got the orange clips on the front. Of course, the robot feet are exposing, so that's the other problem. But if you guys already remember years ago the reports, this whole area right here is made of translucent plastic. And I've seen a bunch of posts on Instagram and Twitter. This area right here is cracking while people doing the transformation. There's the opaque version, which is a 5-pack with Trailbreaker, Helm, Wheeljack, and I think Sunstreaker. Yeah, the opaque version is much better than the original one that came in with the translucent plastic. Yeah, I agree with a lot of people saying, like, translucent plastic on this is a bad idea because, well, it cracked. Some of my copies when I had translucent plastic doesn't have that issues. You do have the Autobot symbol right here and G2 and a G2 symbol right there, which is fantastically very well. He does roll pretty well, but the only problem I actually do have in my copy is some of the wheels are a bit not that very loose, so I'm a bit disappointed at that. But like the rest of the vehicle mode is like representing a classic Pontiac from the 80s. This is a good looking clean Pontiac, minus the robot feet that are exposing, and you can see it like underneath all tucked away, and this is actually a pretty good thing what Hasbro did. Now, this figure is also representing a canceled Generation 2 toy that you guys remember during the Generation 2 era, I think right around the 90s. Yeah, this figure got canceled alongside with the other figures, also got canceled, so yeah. Unfortunately, there's only one peg right here for weapon storage. You can put it like this, like that. Or of course, you want to use this one right here, or my favorite, this weapon right here. So you do have some options with it, so yeah. There's not much obviously about the vehicle mode. It does look pretty good, but I wish they could add a little bit more orange detailing from a little bit of the back. You can see it on both sides. It has some decals on it. Looks pretty good, but like I said, it needs more detail. Transformation. Now, the transformation is actually the scary part for this because the roof part of the car and of course, the back of it is made of translucent plastic. So, I'm gonna be very careful with it, and yes. And also, before anyone's gonna ask me in the comment section if am I gonna custom paint this one, I'm gonna try, because trying to custom paint some G2 figures from the Toxitron collection is actually one of the most difficult one ever. So, the transformation is easy and simple. Just be very careful with it. First thing to do is come to the side of the car and open like this. Carefully, there's a tab right there, and then go into this slot right there. Also, one more thing. If you transform into a robot to vehicle, make sure you have the arm facing like that. They have the tab exposing right there. That's the important thing you wanted to do. So anyways, untap the side of the car right there for the door. Then you want to untap this part down back here. Carefully, and praying to God it doesn't fucking break. And like I said, I've seen a lot of people owning a bunch of copies of 86 Jazz with the broken back hood right here. Ugh, balls. Anyways, then you want to carefully lifting this part up with the windshield on it, because this area also is on a double hinge. Carefully, and pray to fucking God it doesn't break. So there we go. And like I said, this is on a double hinge. There's a hinge here and a hinge right here. So yeah, and I will recommend to have this out of the way right here for an ankle, because we're gonna start off with the legs, which is easy and simple. First thing to do is bring it out. Now, there's two tabs right there that go connected to these knees right there. Now, if your copy has the issues not connected in, I'll do a YouTube short on it on a separate video to how to fix it. Put a little bit of, get a toothpick, a very sharp pointing toothpick, put a little bit of super glue and cast it around the side of the tabs right there. And while that finished drying off on both sides, just don't connect it in, just leave it to dry off. After that is done drying off, just connect it to the knees, and there you go. I've seen a lot of people have their copies, doesn't have their knee connected, so yeah. But for mine, they're good for now, but if it does have that issue, I'm going to do it. So connect to the knee, bring out the feet, and don't forget the side of the car. Bring this down like that. So these little tab, these little slot right there that go in there right there, to that groove, and you just split the legs. You got the legs done. Now let's just hold the body part. Bring the arms out like that. Now, you want to twist this piece to facing forward. Not like the whole body. This part right there. So you want to twist it forward. Make sure you hold this right here. Now you want to bring this, the roof, the hood down, because you want these slots to connect to this tab right there. But before you do that, bring this whole head up like that. And this part I actually hate because it actually scraped this part, and it will probably cause to scrape paint. Now carefully, you know what I mean, carefully connect the whole thing in like so, and make sure the head is showing like that. Make sure this whole area right here, you guys can see it flush. Bring the arms like that. You want to twist it and bring on the fist like so. Twist it. Bring the fist out like that. There's no way to connect the arm, this part right here, so it's just rest there, which is kind of stupid. Now, this part right here is on a double hinge, so all you wanted to do is just fold like this. You want to have it like this, carefully, and pray to God as well this doesn't break. And just fold down door like that. Make sure to have it flush like that. And I thought to myself, these parts right here could connect it in, but unfortunately it just sits there and there's actually nothing to connect it in, which is pretty stupid if you ask me, but Hasbro designed it years ago and we still have it today, so yeah. And after that is done, make sure you straighten out the figure, And I'm gonna fix the tripod legs for this because here you have Jazz in his vehicle mode. Now, before anyone's gonna ask me in the comment section, and this is the first time owning Jazz, my first Jazz figures I have is the Power of the Prime, which I still have it with me. And hopefully one day I could get another Jazz figure. I want to get the original 2007 Transformers movie of Jazz, because I actually like that mold. Anyways, here he is, what he looks like, and holy crap, he does look pretty good. Now you have silver accents on the body and the legs, and you have more orange on it, which is pretty good. He does need a little bit more paint, to be honest with you, just my opinion, but anyways. The paint to the sculpted detail on the figure looks pretty good, and this is actually a pretty good clean Jazz figure compared to the others we have in the past, that some have vehicle kibble sticking out to the side and it does interfere for articulation. You do have some but on the legs, but it doesn't interfere for the leg articulation. And this is a good looking Jazz figure, and I love it so much. And the head sculpt. Look at the head sculpt, like, oh my god, this is so amazing. I'm glad the visor right here is not the same like his head right there. And the visor almost look like a peachy color right here. The face is yellow. All the helmet right here you guys can see is orange, so yeah. And you do have red on it right there, so yeah. And this is a good looking figure right there. Now, like I said, for the issues on my, not my copy, for issues for every Jazz figure, there's no way to connect the side right there, and there's no connecting to the back, which is kind of complete ass, to be honest with you. But for my copy, for some reason, the knees feel like there's a bit loose. Yeah, and this part is detached, that disconnected. But the knees feel like they're a bit loose, and I don't like it, to be honest with you. But yeah. Articulation-wise, head is on a ball joint, so it does go full 360 right here. Does go up that far, down that far, and you can pivot a little bit of side to side. That's actually pretty cool. Arms right here does go full 360 right here. The arms does go in and out like that, but like I said, this part just flops around like a complete dumbass. The arms can, the bicep can go 360 degrees. You do have a perfect bend at the elbow right here. Wrist, unfortunately, can go in and up, side to side like that, so no wrist articulation, which is kind of disappointing right here. You do have a wrist articulation, full 360 right there. So that's actually pretty cool. And for some reason, my copy is a bit tight, but not too tight. Leg can go forward, not that much back that far. Legs can go in and out. You do have a little bit of thigh swell, but it's kind of a bit stiff, if you ask me. Somewhat a 90-degree bend on the knee, and the knee disconnected once again. Just be very careful what you're doing. And a 90-degree bend on the ankle, almost a 90-degree bend on the ankle. So articulation is somewhat good, but you gotta be very careful what you're doing. And pretty much that's it for the articulation. And let me show you what he looks like with the weapon equipped. You can see with his gun right here. For some reason, it's hard to connect it in for this one. I have no clue why. Fucking hell. There you go. There's two side peg holes right here, but there's no way to connect it to the side. But you can see what he looks like with the blaster right here. His rocket right here, looking pretty cool. I thought there's a way to connect it to the side right there, but nope, there's not. And the little blaster right there, pretty nice. And of course, you do have weapon storage for the vehicle, for the roller mode, of course, which is the part of the vehicle mode. So yeah, and just connect the rocket right here. And yeah, the figure does look great. Of course, the issues, of course, with the mold is the clear plastic right there. But yet, it's a fantastic figure. I'm actually pretty happy for it. Comparing this one with the Power of the Prime version, the original Generation 1 Jazz figure, and the Generation 2 Jazz, with the different sticker detail. And I know that the original G2 Jazz is white, but with the different decals. So yeah, this is actually pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna pause the video and give it the final post and give you guys my final results, so I'll be right back. So overall, G2 Jazz is a good figure. If you're looking to find one cheap in the aftermarket, I think there's some cost about like almost 20 bucks. But yeah. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna end this right here. Have fun, stay safe, and I'm out.